Here is a tweet by Timur Radjabov, won the World Chess Cup 2019, nothing more to say. In this video we will be looking at one of the decisive games between Radjabov and Ding Liren, which took place during the FIDE World Cup final. The first 4 classical games, it ended up being 2-2 each, with 1 win each. 25-minute portion, 2 draws. 10 minutes each, plus 5 seconds, 2 draws once again, all tied up, and now down to the 5-minute plus 3 portion of the final. Let's look at this decisive game together. We will go through the opening moves quickly because I want to get to the endgame phase in which there is a lot of interest. Knight f3, knight f6, and after these moves we get a Catalan position. Top players play this setup all the time. Take queen c2, and after getting the pawn back, bishop to c6, bishop f4 by Ding, bishop d6, dropping the queen back to protect, knight d7, rook e1, queen e7, very sensible from both sides. Knight c3. Now e4 is a threat, and here Radjabov swaps off a lot of pieces, beginning with bishop f3, bishop takes f3, bishop f4, no bishop pair for white, take, now c6. e5 is next, and liquidating the pressure. Why do we want to liquidate as black? Because black has less space. a5, rook d8, rook d1, e5. Black has achieved a nice position by move 18. Queen goes back, rook e8, d5, tuck the bishop back, central pawns are now off, knight f6, take, h3, queen b4, b3. We get this position in which Radjabov has neutralized white's Catalan pressure effectively. h5, king h2, rook d5, queen f4, a pawn comes off and white's queen comes in, king h7, queen b7. Queen on b7 attacks the f7 pawn. Black does the same with queen f5, king g1, protecting the f-pawn, and now e3, just breaking up the structure. F takes e3. 4 versus 3 on the king side, but the e-pawn doesn't really count as an extra pawn. White is still threatening queen takes f7, so let's put a stop to that with queen e6, defending f7, but also hitting e3. King f2, queen f5 check. Not king g1 with a perpetual, but queen f3. Queen back to e6, e4 played to guard it, g6. Defending h5, giving black the chance to move the knight. Knight can go to d7 to c5 or to e5. King g1, knight d7, queen c3. Knight goes into e5, b4. Queen d6. With an equal position, king comes back in, knight c6, hitting b4 and coming into d4. Queen c5, putting a stop to it, queen d4 check. And now the queens come off. Comes off, e5. 4 versus 3 on the king side, just 1 each. On the queen side, but 1 will come off very soon, knight c2. Bishop d5, king g7, e6, getting rid of your doubled e-pawn. They come off, knight b4. 3 each, and the a-pawn will prove to be a nuisance in this game. King e3, bishop d7, bishop e8, check, knight e7. Using the knight for the moment to defend the g6. h5 pawn chain, king c4. A lot of arrows are shown here, but I'm trying to explain the king has a few different ways to try to grab the a-pawn. The king can go to b4 then to a5, or the king can go c5 to b6, or the king can come in c5 to d6. King c4, a5, a useful deflection. King c5, still black cannot move the knight because it defends g6, king f6. Now he can to attack g3, and here Ding blunders with king b5. Going after the a-pawn, it looks like the correct decision, but the knight is coming to f5, so let's put a stop to that straight away by using your e-pawn. Controlling f5 and d5, but perhaps Ding rejected this because of king e5. Now what? White has a nice move, fixing the black pawns on h5 and g6. We begin with h4. King takes e4. If you do grab the e-pawn, then it loses control of the d6 square, so king d6 is a nice move. But after knight f5 check, perhaps Ding saw up to here and rejected it, because if you play the move, which looks like it makes progress, with king e6, it turns out to be a blunder because of knight g7 check. forking the king and bishop, and the a-pawn runs. So I want to go back to this point. After knight f5 check, it is good to not go after the g6 pawn. White has a brilliant move, king c5, which looks like you've just admitted your own mistake, but really, I want to give this move a double exclamation mark. It is good to appreciate this difficult move. You're going backwards. The difference is now both g3 and g6 are hanging, so all the pawns now have the chance to fall. If you go a4 trying to deflect, bishop takes a4, knight takes g3, then it looks like all the pawns come off with bishop c2 check, king f4, bishop takes g6, bishop h5. However, there seems to be an important difference after this. If you go bishop takes a4, you can go king e5 first. Didn't expect this. What if bishop c2, king f6? Wow. I did not consider this, and now knight takes g3. Wow. So we still have to be a bit precise. After a4, this useful deflection, turns out we don't take this a pawn, we can go bishop g6 first. Well, my first question is, what if a3? Let's put a stop to that with bishop f7. What if knight takes g3 now? And here we see it. King b4, the pawn cannot come forward. This pawn will drop, and white has time to take the h5 pawn next. Wow, so precise in this endgame. You can go king f4, it will drop here, and then everything drops. A fantastic subtlety in this endgame. After king b5, knight f5, g3 is attacked, king takes a5, knight g3. The yellow arrows show a potential route for the black king to come in. White's king is a bit too far. Bishop b5, g5, king b4, king e5, king c3, king f4, and now king d2. Magnus mentioned a better move, king d4 in the commentary, showing better resistance because e3 check or e4 could be a move. Get some counterplay going. If you go h4, e3 check, e4, it looks like it will be a draw. You cannot go knight takes e4 because after bishop c6, everything falls off and the king is back in time. King d2 played, knight e4 check, king e1, king g3, no way to defend h3 twice. Also no way to seek counterplay. Black is now winning. Bishop d7, h4, e3, knight f2, h3 drops, king f1, knight takes h3, and the two pawns will queen. e4, knight to f4, guarding e2 and g2, e5, h3, bishop c6. If you go e6, then you just go h2, forcing bishop c6, and then the e6 pawn drops anyway. Bishop c6 played, h2, bishop b7, you still have to win it. Let's march the other guy, g4, bishop there, king h3, making way, bishop b7, g3, check. If you just played bishop c6, then g2 check just wins. Take, take, and the pawn queens next. Bishop c6, bishop c8 check, king h4, and now back. King g5, just coming back for the e-pawn. Bishop e4, stopping black coming in, and now a really nice move to finish things off, king g4, and it is now ZugZwang. If white moves the bishop, then king f5 is played. If you move the king, then g2. If you move the pawn, you will take it. It is ZugZwang. Black is now completely winning in this endgame. e6 played, take, king g2, knight f4 check, king h1, knight h3, supporting h1 equals queen very soon. Bishop f3 check, the final trick, a final stalemate trap. King f4, king g2, knight f2, queen is next. King f1, king takes f3, and that's the end of the game. Check out one video over here and check out another video over here. Like the video and subscribe to the channel at the same time. Thank you for watching. Until next time.